All right, we've got Kelly Van Gaasbeck down here. She's going to be coming to our October 1st, 4th annual Creative Women Minicon. We are here with Kelly, who is coming to Creative Women Minicon. You guys know all about this. It's the 4th annual. It's October 1st. We bring in the area's best creative talent, anything from writers to artists, painters, sculptors. We've had in here makeup artists. We have actresses, just a little bit of everybody. And Kelly, thank you for coming down. This is actually the first year that you have exhibited with us, correct?
It is, yes. It will be the first year.
Sweet. Now, well, tell us just a little bit, what are you going to bring to Creative Women?
So I'm bringing with my line Port Fireflirt, which is mostly about storytelling and explorations, both near and far. I'm doing zines and mini books and postcards, anything that tells a story visually through words, all kinds of medium, but it's in a nice little compact book. Yeah.
So the postcards, what's going to be on the postcards?
So the postcards will be original artwork. It will be designs that I've created. I'm doing a series of animal silhouettes that I like with color combinations, and then some also photos that I've taken from my travels with like gradients and stuff. So they'll be pretty graphic heavy, but yeah. So anything to send a postcard, I'm huge on snail mail and postcards and stuff like that. So I hope that everybody else can enjoy this passion that I have for that.
And the other thing I wanted to talk about, because you mentioned it, a lot of people know what it is. A lot of people don't have a clue what a zine is. You know, a lot of people haven't been exposed to that. So how would you best describe what a zine is and what you do with yours?
So the zines are short little papers by definition, or short little books, sorry. By definition, they are easy to reproduce. They're usually made out of one sheet of paper. You cut once and fold it, and you make a little book or a zine. And you have basically 8 pages, counting your front and back cover, so you don't have a lot of space. So you're not going to write, A Tale of Two Cities in there, but you are, going to tell a story with a lot of visuals and a couple words, and you are supposed to copy them and reproduce them and distribute them widely so people can get your story. And so that's kind of what I do is, tell the story in, basically cut the fat and just tell the story.
Which is challenging for 8 pages.
It is. It can be.
Because especially since zines are usually not full comic book size.
Right.
They're much smaller, so you've got a lot of space constraints that you have to think about. So how do you do that? Do you just jump in and start working, or do you lay it out and figure out how you're going to do it?
It depends on my theme. Sometimes if I have a theme, I will sort of storyboard it, and depending on the theme, if not, I sometimes just jump in and just draw. I do a lot of, I go to a lot of like coffee shops and jazz nights, and I use those musicians as figure drawing practice, and I will sometimes just create a whole zine in one night of, sitting watching those musicians play. And
That's
just
cool.
Whatever comes to mind, I sort of will dive in. But if it's a more in-depth theme, then yeah, sometimes I'll lay it out and think about my words, my placement, and how I want things to kind of flow naturally through the page. So.
And that's one of the nice things about the zine too. Well, one of the nice things about it being so short is that you can actually produce a lot of them in a much quicker time than it would take to do a comic book. So some of them are going to be free-flowing, like when you're sitting listening to jazz, and some of them will be more thought out because it's an idea that you have that you want to present properly.
Right.
So no, that makes perfect sense. Like I said, I know a lot of you are not going to have ever really even seen anything like this, so it'll be interesting. Make sure you stop by Kelly's table. Now, we were talking before this, and you've only been actively working on producing this stuff for about a year.
Yes, that is correct.
So you're brand new. I've known you for a while, and you're an artist, so you've been doing work.
Yes.
But to turn it over into this kind of a medium and to start doing something with it, what was the reason? What made you decide to do that?
I've since I moved up to Sacramento 3 years ago, I've noticed that all the artists here, they're so passionate about what they do, and it's I've met through Ben Shop and through Sac Anime and through SatCon and all these other great resources, just people that just have a real passion for it. And I've had a passion for storytelling and bookbinding and all this kind of stuff for so long that I thought, why don't I start turning this into something that I love to do? You know, like all these other artists that I talk to and I've gotten great encouragement. They all say I should be there tabling with them, and so I decided, you know, it's about now is time to take the plunge.
That's perfect. This will be, so is this technically your first con?
This is my first con.
That's awesome.
First
Look at
table.
That is very cool. So this will be a nice environment because we have great people who come through here. There's other great guests. It'll really be a nice icebreaker. So
Right.
that after this, you'll put in that application for SAC Anime.
Yes, I'm hoping to.
Which will be great. That'll be really, really cool.
Yes.
And it's interesting that you said that with all these people who are passionate around here. When I was at Stockton Con just this last weekend,
Right.
there are, when you look through the Artist Alley, like the largest majority of people are from Sacramento. They're like everywhere.
Wow.
It's amazing. Sacramento really has a presence, and I think that I'm extremely excited to be part of it.
Yeah.
And I think everybody out there, some people don't realize how fortunate they are.
Right.
But this is a great town for that kind of stuff. So it's a good thing you moved here 3 years ago.
Yeah, definitely.
So you said you've been drawing since you were a kid.
Yeah, always been doodling. You know, when I was a kid, I didn't really care to have Barbie dolls or those things. I wanted like the art sets. I wanted the like, you know, little faux like stained glass things or little sand things. Like that's what I wanted when I was a kid. And so I've been trying to create and just make a mess with stuff since I've been a kid, and you know, just sticking with it.
You are doing the zines and the postcards, and who knows what'll come after that. You also do mini books.
I do.
Now, show me these, or show them these, because I got to see them, and it's really interesting.
Okay, so in university, I took 2 semesters of bookbinding and really loved it. And I did bigger scale books, but I've recently discovered smaller books. So they're, you know, you can see my hand size. And they are little, make sure it's not upside down, which it is. So they are little tiny, you know, mini bound books. And I have written little poems in them. And they tell a little tiny, again, a story that, you know, you can take what you want from the story. It's not, you know, cut and dry. I'm hoping with these books, they sort of bring a sense of, they kind of bring a sense of joy, or bring you back to a moment where you know, sort of a blissful state in your life that you thought was really nice. You know, it could be just out with friends on a summer evening, or could be traveling somewhere far off. It could be just, you know, a little garden party in your backyard. Just something that, you know, made you think like, man, that was a really good time, you know, really good moment. So I have these little books, and I have all kinds of sizes at home. I've just brought in a couple. Some are one of a kind. The paper is, I try to salvage all kinds of paper. Despite my love for paper craft, I try to go as green as possible. I try not to throw any scraps away. I try to find a use for everything. So some of the paper I will salvage off of envelopes or packages I've gotten. Like this one is one of a kind. I don't know. This paper is from somebody in Europe that sent me an envelope, and I try to recycle it. So that's all I got of this paper. I really like it, but I was like, you know, I should make a book out of it instead of just leaving it sitting on my bookshelf forever. So yeah, I have a bunch of mini books. You can come down and see those with the zines, the postcards, and hopefully you can start telling your own story. Yeah, and it's really great, guys. Wait till you see them. I mean, they're actual little books. You do all the cutting yourself. You do all the binding yourself. You bring it all together, and then she writes it and puts the illustrations in it. I do. So that's awesome. Great. Now, is there anywhere they can find your stuff online? If they search the hashtag on both Facebook and Instagram under Port Fireflirt, it's all one word, they can see everything I've been working on, all my zines, my mini books that I've bound, the process of the giant mess of paper everywhere in the apartment, and just other stuff I've done different, like other stuff. I have a few things that I'm going to reveal. I can reveal them before the con, but I can't reveal them before September because, you know, it's kind of a secret, so I have to keep it under wraps for people's birthdays and stuff. So okay, there we go. Well, we'll be looking forward to seeing it then. So that's great, guys. Make sure you come down. Make sure you check out the table and take a peek at the zines, take a peek at the postcards, and of course everybody else who is here. We'll have links to all of our stuff in the video so you can easily find it. And Kelly, thank you very much for coming down. Thank you. We will see you on October 1st. Yes, definitely. Awesome. Thank you, guys. See you then.